Welcome back, everybody. This is Smeltery Game here, coming to you from Minecraft Infinity Evolved FTB. Um, there has been quite a few developments since my last video. I have gone about and cleaned out my room. I have also started a tunnel going down, another level, I should say, going down, which I intend to make a tunnel to go down to bedrock so I can start getting more ores and stuff like that. However, there is also other things that I have done for today while I was away. I have started doing a bit of agricraft, which we will get into later this episode if there's enough time. Otherwise, it'll be next episode. But today's episode will be Tinker's Construct. I have all the resources already, so let's get into it. So we'll grab all this. What I do now is place some coal, it's not coal, some clay, gravel and sand. I will grab out 20 for now. Basically what I've made is grout, so now what I do is I throw in a bit of coal and I'll throw this in. What this will now make will be seared bricks. What seared bricks are used for, seared bricks, see? So I'll get a couple more. They do stack. For those that don't know, Tinker's Construct is a better way of smelting metals other than using a furnace. I have gone through and got some more while I was cleaning out the room. So basically what it does is Tinker's Construct will, instead of just getting like 24 copper, if you use Tinker's Construct, you will actually double that, so it would be 48. I'm going to need more. So, oops. When I was making my room bigger, I didn't realise exactly how small the mountain that I actually built on was. So as you can see on this side, I've had to expand it out a bit more. Get some cotton. Cotton can be turned into string, for those that didn't know. As you can see, I have also had to expand out this part. I will at some stage put dirt back over the top of this part, and I will level it all out so that I can actually use this for harvesting trees at a later stage. Rightio. This is the pattern you need to make the brick itself. There is other patterns, other ones you do also need. You need this to make a faucet. That there will make a drain, which is what you attach the faucet to. You then have one where you can make a casting basin. So when you smelt down ores, instead of doing it into individual ingots, you can smelt it straight to a brick. That is a smelting controller. So that's what basically you insert all your metals into and put it inside the actual Tinker's Construct reservoir, and yeah, it will build what you need. So at the moment I'll grab these 4. Restock that, grab those, and I will. A basic construction for this is doing a 9x9. 3x3 I should say, not 9x9. Give us a sec, I'm going to make a new furnace up. Speed this process up a bit more. You will need 1 piece of glass. So this is as small as it can be. It can go bigger, but always you got to remember it's got to be done with at least a factor of 3. So you can go out this way by another 3 this way, but if you do that, you also will have to do another 3 this way, another 3 this way, and another 3 this way. I don't think it particularly matters which way you do it in the crafting grid, as long as it all gets put in there with the correct ingredients gets put in. So here is the smelting controller. So we need 1 of these. You will also need a seared tank. So that's what you need the glass for. There's no point doing multiple seared tanks because they do not interconnect to make one larger tank. It's just a base one. Yep. So you put your smelter. You can. It has to be. Hang on. Doing this wrong. Yeah, I was doing it right. I'm only going to make the smallest one at this point. So I need one of these. One of these. I will do that one. So okay, when it comes to the actual direction for the drain, you have to face the way you want the drain to actually come out. So that's it. So that's where it comes out, but that's where the molten metal will actually come out of faucet. So faucet there, basin there. So now basically when I put the raw metal in here, it will go into this little block here. So I can only do one block at a time with this design. So that is the base Tinker's construct. So now what I need to do is go and find myself some lava. Smelt down the 3 so I can get a bucket. Then I can fill this up and then demonstrate it. What I will do is make up another one of these. The counter to not counter the sorry, with the basin being this pattern, there is another one where if you put the block there, it will make a casting table. I'm now going to make one of those. And take out this brick. That there, that there, and I'll put that there. So now what will happen is I will be able to make smelt down the metal and make bricks. the blocks. But if once I can make a cast of a ingot, I can then pour the individual ones out of here and make the ingots as well, which we will get into in this episode. So I'll put those there. There we go. There's my bucket. Right, yeah, guys. What I'll do is I'll do a cutscene here. I will go out find some lava, and I'll be back. And we're back. So, in the time that I was gone, I found some tin gravel, aluminium gravel, and copper gravel. These are discovered naturally growing on the surface. And all you got to do is just run around. Once you find and use a spade, and you will you will find the gravel in the world. So now what you do is you put the lava inside the seared tank. So I was only able to find one little source, so that's enough to get what I needed. So what I will demonstrate now is yes, I did design this wrong. Yeah. Give us a sec. No, I'll do another cutscene and I'll get this all fixed up. Right, yeah. Thank you for that. I am back. What my mistake was is it's not a single one in the center. It actually has to be the 3x3. That was where I was making a mistake. So now it's all up and running. So yeah, what I will do is add off camera, I will move this over by 3, so that way I have more room on this side to access more casting basins when I get to it. So now, what I wanted to show before was this. I can now throw those in there. These will slowly smelt down, use up a little bit more of the lava. So I can put 9 blocks in there, but I will get 18 copper from this. Gravel acts exactly the same as normal ores. It's just that these are in a gravel form and are found on the surface. So there we go, 18 ingots. So now we pour this into the casting basin. Wait for it to harden. And I'll pour the other one. As you can see, it's emptying out. So now it's completely empty. So I got 2 blocks of copper. So now what I can do is I can grab 6 of the normal ores, throw those in, plus the 3 gravel, and I can smelt them all down the same. while we wait for those to smelt, I will show the other part of Tinker's construct. So these are the books that you start off with. You go through and make these devices. So what I'll do is now I'll make some blank patterns, the stencil table, I will make a part crafter, I will make a pattern chest, and then I will make a tool station, as well as a different version of the crafting table. So, crafting table. So this is the other crafting table I was talking about. The advantage of having this over this one, is I'll put this here, is that I can do grab the patterns out, but I can leave stuff in this one here, whereas this one here, if you close it, it automatically ejects it. So these ones here are really useful to have around, but there is certain patterns later on that require a vanilla crafting table, so you do still need to use these from time to time. So we go back in the book. So it's just a pattern and a block. So we shall take that block out, throw that block in. Now we have our stencil table. Oops. Throw that, grab the book back. So now what we will do is we'll place down the stencil table. Come back in here. We now will make the part builder and the pattern chest. So make the chest, pattern chest. Grab a bit of oak. Doesn't matter which one you make it from, you can. There's the part builder. So now what I will make is another crafting table to turn it into a tool station. Now this is smelting. What I will attempt now is make this. So that tool station I just placed down, I will now pick it up and use it to make this one here. You can use these ones to make basic tools. But the tool forge makes the more advanced tools. So empty that in. So grab these ones that we made. Crafting table. So this is where it comes in handy. The recipe for the tool forge doesn't just require copper. It can be used in various materials. Best one to show you would be this. Oops. Will be tool forge. So these are the different ones you can make. So you can make it out of the basic iron, so it just has a grey one. You can make it out of gold, so it has the yellow legs, or you can use diamonds to get blue, emeralds if you want the green, cobalt, which is found in the nether, and it's a rare metal, but you can make it blue. Ardite is also found in the nether, and it's also a rare metal, but you can do that. Malleum is a Tinker's Construct combined alloy. It is I'm pretty sure, if I can remember correctly, it's the combination of the blue and the red in the Tinker's smelter to be able to make the purple. Then there's copper. There is different types of versions of copper in this mod pack. It all depends on how you smelt it down. Bronze, you've got your tin, aluminium, brass. That is now what the actual recipe I'm going to show and make. Then there's the aluminite, which at a later stage we will get into that and show you how to do that one. Then there is steel. At a further date, we will explain how to make steel and the process and all that. You can also make a compacted version by making a compacted tool station. So all it is basically crafting your which are benches in here to make slabs, which then makes crafting stations. You then can do this. Just makes it easier, so that way if you want to have multiple ones of these, but you don't want it being a block high, or if you want to stack them up above each other. So, okay. This book here, which is the one that we just got before from making the tool station, explains on how the parts that you need to be able to make various tools. What I intend to make is this one here, but I will only be making a stone version at this point. So, stencil table. Might actually help if I had some stencils already. With Tinker's Construct, you won't be making too many items using the stencils, but if you want to make a lot of tools, you use once you make it like this. So like I'll show you. So there's a large pattern I need. I will need the tough binding pattern. Go back and have a relook. So I need. No, didn't need the. So I needed the hammer and the tool rod. So I need the tough rod pattern and the hammerhead. This one here we do use in a later date, so that can go into our pattern storage. This pattern chest will only store patterns. So we go now part builder. We throw that in there. We throw that in there. So we make one of those. Swap that out. We make that. Swap that out to make that. Put that there. Put these into the pattern chest for now. Oops. Pick that up before I lose it. So now we've got that. Pull that out. We can now come over here. We will grab the head, the handle, and the 2 plates that it is requiring. We will now make a stone hammer. Pro Tinkerer, yes. So we shift these all down. So now, the advantage of making this over using standard vanilla picks or making some of the other picks from the expansion is this. I will make a quick demonstration of why I picked the hammer. Okay, we don't need this torch at the moment. I'll shift that book out of the way so I get the torch back. There we go. So here's the hammer. This is why I picked the hammer. Makes life a lot easier when you're doing multiple squares. So pull that up, take that out. Yes. We'll leave that for now. I'll put the torch back down so no nasties spawn. So I have now has taken some damage. So what I can do now is go back to the Tinkerer's Construct table. I can throw a bit of cobblestone in there, and it will repair it up for me. I can keep doing that as much as I like. There is no limit as to how many times I can repair this. There is another advantage. Just seeing if I have to hold one hand. No, I do not. There is a option where you can get mossy stone or a vines, which then you turn into a moss ball. You then can throw against cobblestone to make mossy stone. But mossy stone's easy to get if you find them in your magical forests. What you do then is you get 9 of those, combine that in a pattern. So just imagine this is mossy stone. I can do that. In this one here, for me doing this, I can do compressed stone. But in the mossy stone, it will actually come out with a ball of moss. And it's actually, a ball of moss. So what happens then is that I can, grab that. So I can grab the ball of moss. So I don't need this in there at the moment. What I do then, I can put the ball of moss, put this in here, plus the ball of moss, which then will give this a mossy look. What that then does, it gives, auto repair. So when it's sitting in my inventory and I'm not actually using it, it will produce, it will repair over time as long as it's in my inventory. So now we'll go into doing the aluminum brass and make the caster before the end of the episode. So what we need to do is grab out 2 of these, 3 of these to 1 copper. So we throw that and that in there. The ratio is 3 aluminium ingots to 1 copper ingot. But you just got to remember, these produce 2 at a time. So I'm putting in 3 to make 6, putting 1 copper in to make 2. So waiting for the copper to smelt down. So I've got my 6 aluminium ingots. There we go. So now we'll just, since I don't have any ingots on me available, come over here, I'll smelt one down. Clear this out of the way. Also pressing O will disable it, so you don't have to see it if that annoys people. So what I do now is put this in my hand. I'll place that in the actual casting table. So yes, it's all mixed. I will then pour that over the ingot, which then will give me a casting. So now if I pour the rest of it into it, I'm now getting the aluminium brass ingots. So I'll keep doing that till it's empty. So I've got another 5 after this one. So 4 to go. 3. 2. This should be the last one. So I can also see, oh no, I miscounted. I have one more left. You can actually look through the seared tank when there's no lava in there, of course, to see the actual molten version of it. Molten metals. What I will do when I have the resources, which I'll get off camera, will be to make a, oops, this will be a seared glass. So what I need is 5 bits of glass and the 4 seared brick to make a seared glass. What I will then do is place that in this spot here, so in that way I will have a clear view in there at all times to see exactly what's actually smelted down. Also another advantage of doing this, so I'll throw that in there and that in there, is that yes, there is only 9 at a time, but if you increase it upwards, so if I assume that this was seared brick, if I was to do this, I can then double that, so I can make 18, so there'll be another 9 down here. So I'll pull this out. So yes, so that is Tinkerer's Construct. There is other things that you can do in this, the Tinkerer's Construct. You can make the hammer. I will at some stage make the lumbering axe. The lumbering axe makes that binding that I made the pattern for before. The lumbering axe, how it works is as it says here: natural abilities, area of effect, fells trees, and it does by a 3 by 3 by 3. So it will do 3 across by 3 up by 3 wide. So if you have a really long, big tree, if you walk up to it into the corner like this, aim up as far as you possibly can, then start chopping, it will chop down the whole tree. You also have the excavator. Again, it does a 3 by 3. So it still uses all the other bits there, but I need to make the excavator here. What that allows us to do is exactly the same as the hammer, but does it with dirt, gravel, sand, clay, anything that is harvestable by a shovel. You then have the scythe. The scythe is done for reaping, so getting seeds from wild plants and various other things. And then you have your various weapons. So there's the cleaver, which is one of the best ones. You have the battle axe, which has a special ability in the block, so you can actually block this in 7.1. Natural abilities is knockback, area of effect, and 1 by 9. So it will do 1 in front, but it will do 9 area in front of you. So that's that one. The longbow is a more powerful version than the standard bow. We also have crossbows. And then you make your molds. You make shurikens, so if you want to run around with throwing stars, you can. Then you can make your standard tools, which is your pick, shovel, and axe. But here's a good one: is the mattock, or mattock, depending on how you want to pronounce it. The cutter. Basically, what it does is that it incorporates a shovel, an axe, and a hoe into one tool. So instead of having these two here plus a hoe sitting in your storage, you can just craft one of these and it will do exactly the same as these two here. These various other ones are just for, it's exactly the same as the cleaver. They're just a little bit more specialized. So like, for instance, again, the broadsword you can block has moderate damage, but it has a higher durability. You can have the longsword. So natural ability is charge boost, special ability is lunge. It allows you to charge forward and attack. Then you have these ones here. So it's more, as you would you think from a fencer, you'd be able to attack a little bit faster, but then you can actually jump back away and you can throw daggers. If you really wanted to, you could be a person that runs around with a frying pan, and you can actually back people with a frying pan. And yeah. Also, if you wanted to, you could run around with a javelin, but it's a ranged melee weapon hybrid. So basically, how it works is that you use it like a spear, but if you're wanting to attack something like a creeper from a distance, you can throw it as well. Just the fact is that I don't think that they stack, and if you throw it, then you don't have a weapon. So, what else is there to say about the Tinker's Construct? Tinker's Construct also doesn't just do normal metals. Like it didn't actually show up, so hang on. No, it's not going to show me. There is a book that you do get from making parts of this if you do it in correct unlocking the achievements. It will drop a grey book that will have some of the basic combination of metals to be able to make. It will show you how to make the aluminite. It will show you how to make the aluminium brass, like I just did here before, and it will show various other aspects as well. So yes, that is that's how Tinker's Construct works. Like I said, there is a lot of other things that I will touch on later on, and yeah. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like and comment, and any comments about it. And if you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.